The ocean is an incredible, awesome, and terrifying place. Most relevant to my interests are the squirming masses of tentacled creatures, the lumpen brutes with barbs and spines, and all of the other fleshy monstrosities produced by the evolutionary forces in the deeper, darker waters. One such creature has just been plucked from the depths of the sea, and it is truly a terrifying entity to behold. The information that I bring you today comes from a study published in the Proceedings of the Royal Society B, detailing the analysis of a, quote, relic from the Jurassic, unquote. Our story begins way back in 2011, when a strange, 8-limbed creature was recovered from the island-studded waters of the South Pacific, near the French Special Collectivity of New Caledonia. For reference, these islands sit a bit north of the small sea between Australia and New Zealand. It was here, in these South Pacific waters, that this zoological enigma was first retrieved. For years, scientists have been unable to identify it, or uncover its phylogeny with any certainty. But now, a recent study presents a big leap in our understanding of the creature, known as the Ophiogura. Phylogenetically, the researchers were able to identify Ophiogura as a brittle star, a member of the order Ophiocanthidae. Within this order, there's two major suborders that diverged around 200 to 180 million years ago. These are the Ophiocanthina and the Ophiodermatina, which are basically just two different but closely related groups of brittle stars. The Ophiogura, this new monster brittle starfish, represents a sister group to the Ophiocanthina suborder. So this means that as the two suborders were diverging in the Jurassic period, and Ophiocanthina eventually became its own lineage, there was another, smaller divergence, very shortly afterward, that produced the ancestors of the Ophiogura. This would have occurred no earlier than 160 million years ago, but probably closer to about 180 million years ago. The remaining Ophiocanthina would go on to diverge over many millions of years to produce the biodiversity that we see in that clade today. As the last common ancestor between Ophiogura and the other brittle stars exists at this order-suborder level, the Ophiogura represents not just a new species, but also a new genus and a new family. This new creature is Ophiogura exbodi. This means that it has the species name exbodi, of the genus Ophiogura, of the family Ophioguridae, in the Ophiocanthina suborder, in the Ophiocanthidae order, in the Ophioroidea class of the phylum Echinodermata. Isn't taxonomy fun? Morphologically, the creature definitely resembles other brittle stars. It has a central plate or disc-like body mass with 8 tentacles that are so eerily long and thin and characteristic of the brittle stars, but unbranching. Many brittle stars, especially those that have lots of tentacles, often exhibit branching, like a tree's roots or a tree's branches. Each of these snake-like tentacles coming off of the brittle star can branch and create new tentacles coming off of it. But in this Ophiogura specimen, there's no branching tentacles. Instead, each of its snake-like tentacles are lined with pseudovertebral structures and row upon row of spines and barbs. Easily the most freakish part about it is the mouth. All 8 of them. These radial folds or creases that we see in the first image in the paper are akin to a closed mouth. The Ophiogura can peel back its lips to reveal 8 pairs of jaw plates, each lined with sharp, bony, spine-like teeth. In these images, the POP label means proximal oral plate element. It's the part of the mouth where the teeth are mounted. The LOPA label means lateral oral papillae, which are the bony teeth-like structures themselves. Muscles pull back the skin and the oral plates, revealing these oral papillae teeth. In effect, if the Ophiogura is anything like its brittle star cousins, it'll grab prey with those long, freakish tentacles, hooking them in as their many sharp barbs penetrate the soft, scaly, or fleshy meat of their prey. Immobilized, the prey is brought towards the body plate, towards the mouth, where the teeth can scrape away the prey animal into mere chunks and ribbons of protein. The Ophiogura presumably does this too, except there's 8 mouths grabbing bites off the prey animal from different directions. At the time of this reporting, this is the only Ophiogura specimen known. This is the only one that we have hard evidence of, because we've actually recovered its body. So this means that there has to be a population of them somewhere, having so far largely eluded our explorers and marine biologists. The most similar things that we can find to Ophiogura are recently discovered fossilized specimens from the lower Jurassic period. These fossils show similar features to those seen in Ophiogura, including similar articulation in the arm spines, the placement of spurs and barbs, and other such features. The researchers note that the Jurassic was a time of great biodiversity and speciation for the Ophiocanthids. The Ophiogura itself was found in an area known for having some of the oldest Ophiocanthid fossils, so this offers a tantalizing clue that more Ophiogura communities with living specimens might be discovered in the area. The authors describe the current lack of research being conducted in deep-sea fossil beds, and encourage further exploration and attempts at discovery. I certainly hope they do, because how crazy would it be to find some living individual Ophiogura and see those 8 mouths eating up prey in real time? Awesome.